Nostalgia can be such a crazy thing. It's a strange feeling you get when something triggers a somewhat happy moment from your past. Maybe a certain song, or a type of location, movie or TV show if you will. Even a smell could take you back. Trust me, that's happened to me on multiple occasions. Like, when you see Play-Doh, that doesn't really trigger anything. But when you smell its scent, then you start remembering. I'm pretty sure something like that has happened to you before. Hell, even a type of food or candy could take you back. For the past few years, I feel like that I have been suffering from some pretty hardcore nostalgia. If you ask me, there should be quite the time gap in order for you to have nostalgia in the first place. Like, if you're 7 years old, you wouldn't have nostalgia of back when you were 4. If you're 13 and have nostalgia of when you were 6, then that makes sense. You guys see where I'm coming from? Anyway, let's talk about what gives me nostalgia. Who knows? Whatever I mention might cause you guys to rethink some memories too. Let's do this! Music plays a huge part in everyone's life. Now really quickly, let me just say that I am a somewhat clean, organized dude. Sometimes. So one day I figured that I should do some cleaning and get rid of any old crap that I don't need anymore. So I looked through this one drawer in my closet. Let's see what we've got. I opened the drawer and I see something that immediately took me back to 2009. Any guesses on what it was? That's right, an iPod Nano. I remember when those things were everywhere. I believe that my sister is the one that got me it, and she was also the one who uploaded all the songs to it. And what luck! The charger was tucked away with it. Yeah, that's right, kids. Chargers used to look like this. So I charged up that bad boy, kicked back, and basically went back in time. And it was terrible. Not at first. After listening to all my music, I snapped back to reality. Oh, lame. I had a lot of songs by the Black Eyed Peas, Guns N' Roses, a song by The Killers, I believe it's called Mr. Brightside. I also listened to stuff like from J-Lo, Pitbull, Eminem, basically all of those sorts of guys, you know. I remember when I first heard all that type of music. Nowadays, I'm more of a rocker, but I also wouldn't mind a good beat, you know? But also back then, I was a bit of a hip-hop kid. I guess what I'm saying is that music like that just reminds me of my childhood. Not exactly certain parts of it. Not like, What Does the Fox Say, or songs by LMFAO, or The Lonely Island. Y'all remember those guys? Those were actually good times for me. Okay, so this might sound a little strange, but not too many games causes any nostalgia for me. It's really weird. I did play games as a kid, but it was usually the same game. Nowadays, I'm a huge gamer, but I remember back when I would play some Zelda. Mainly these two, on the Nintendo 64, that I still have, and Twilight, on the Wii, that I still have, and Wind Waker, on the GameCube, that I don't have anymore. I believe that Mother got rid of it for some reason. But I remember when my brother introduced me to the Xbox, along with many fun games, and my childhood friends who introduced me to the PlayStation. That's right, people. I play on different consoles. Alright, so food and other treats. Yes, believe it or not, these have actually caused me to remember my childhood. And I'm not saying that if I see a hot dog, I'm gonna go,
"Oh, hot dogs! I remember eating those when I was a kid."
No. I'm talking about Pixie Sticks, Lemon Heads, anything made from Wonka and Hostess, and Otter Pops. Yo, those things were the shit! For me, it has to be my childhood gummies, or hard candy. Like Gushers, or Fruit by the Foot, Airheads, Ring Pops, Push Pops, and Baby Bottle Pops. Remember those? Just a lot of pops. Like Fun Dip Pop. I also seriously remember chowing down on some Slim Jims, which also reminds me of playing Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, because I would be eating those while playing that amazing game. Also a good memory. I still can't get over the fact that my GameCube is gone. I guess it's more like my childhood sweets are the things bringing me back. Meals and frozen treats? Not really. I remember those, but they're not nostalgic for me. For you maybe, but not for me. When it comes to movies and shows, I can only go in so many directions. So here's some movies that I know you guys might remember. Do you guys remember the Land Before Time movies? My parents showed me these movies when I was a baby. I don't know why, but they did. After looking up how many movies there are, I was shocked that only 6 of them were made before I was born. My 2 favorites are The Mysterious Island and Journey to the Big Water. Lovely memories and movies. Speaking of dinosaur movies, do you guys remember We're Back, a dinosaur story? It's a bit ridiculous even for me when I was a kid, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Another movie franchise that I went crazy for were the Bionicle movies. Now those movies kicked some serious ass. But the weird thing is, for some reason, I remember there being way more than just 4 movies. Am I crazy? I think I'm going crazy. But they're all pretty awesome. I remember this very old-looking Nicktoons style, but unfortunately I couldn't find any references to it whatsoever. It's like trash and very punk-looking art around. I hope some of you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there was this fun Adult Swim version of Nickelodeon. Not exactly Adult Swim, but it showed very different types of shows, such as Glenn Martin DDS, Making Fiends, 3 Delivery, Action League Now, and so much more. Like The Secret Show. Remember that? Holy crap! And of course, let's not forget about the early and mid-2000s Cartoon Network shows. We had Chowder, Flapjack, Samurai Jack this one time, but then they moved it onto Adult Swim for some reason. My gym partner's a monkey, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Ben 10, Courage, Fosters, all the good stuff. And yes, even the first few seasons of the new shows, quote unquote, like Gumball, Regular Show, and Adventure Time. I remember hearing about these new shows, and I just fell in love. I'm actually super curious if there will ever be a Boomerang for our cartoons. If you don't know what Boomerang is, it's this one program on TV where we go back to watch the old cartoons, like Flintstones, The Jetsons, Smurfs, all that. It's called Boomerang because, like a real boomerang, it comes back, like how we are going back to those old shows. I feel like I did not have to explain that. So I guess that's it. There's a lot more I'd like to talk about, such as YouTube videos. Trust me, there are tons. I think the reason for this video is because I'm realizing the hard way that my childhood is now over, and now I might keep reliving my past in making these videos. I'm also thinking pretty hard about my future. I really want to keep making videos for you guys, and I also have a job that I'm currently maintaining. So I'm trying to balance out my current job and a possible YouTube career for me. But time will tell. But really, nostalgia can sometimes be good. So that's why you have to cherish the memories that you have and be prepared to make new ones in the future.